Hey guys, MetalDriver89 here bringing you a WWE review. Today I'll be looking at Series 100, Shawn Michaels. Looking at the front of the box, you see an image of Shawn Michaels and the figure through the window of the box. The back of the box features Shawn Michaels' signature, an image of Shawn Michaels, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. It also features a read-up on this wave, which you can go ahead and pause and read it if you'd like. Alright, as I mentioned in my previous review of Series 100 Rock, this wave initially released several months ago, and I missed out on that wave. But recently, my local Myers store restocked this wave, so I decided to pick a few figures up and finally actually review them. So I decided to pick these up because they have some really good head scans on this wave. I think most of them are actually new head scans. So what I'm going to do later in this review is put this head on an elite body to see how that looks. So since we've looked at the box, let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at Shawn Michaels. Alright, in here we have Shawn Michaels out of the packaging, and it doesn't come with any accessories because it is a basic figure. Alright, and taking a closer look at the head sculpt, it's actually a really good head scan. The detailing on the face is really good. So as I mentioned in other reviews before, I rarely pick up basic figures just because I prefer the articulation on the elite figures, but when I do pick up a basic, it's usually because it's got a good head scan, and I pick it up so I can put that on an elite body, and this is a really good head sculpt. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we're getting this specific head sculpt. So the detailing on the figure is really good. The sculpt work on his face turned out very well. The paint on the eyes looked really good, so there isn't really any mispaint here or any sloppiness. Then looking at the back of the head, so he's got this mid ponytail with the back of his hair down. I actually am not really sure what this style of ponytail is called, if it has a specific name, but this is a hairstyle that Shawn Michaels wore many times, both in the 90s and in the mid 2000s. Now we have seen similar head sculpts like this, but this one really is, in my opinion, the best one out of this ponytail style. Then looking at the rest of the body, there's not much paint on the torso. The wrist tape is painted on. He does have his tattoo on his left arm, but it's not painted in. Usually this is painted with green and red. So this is just black line work. And then looking at the tights, so he's wearing his red Heartbreak tights, which actually this looks really good. The paint came out really well. I don't really see any sloppy paint anywhere. Then look at the back. You've got Shawn Michaels on his butt and HBK with the broken heart. So paint came out very well. And one thing to note that I really like about this is that he has actual knee pads. And that's worthy to note because not all the elite Shawn Michaels actually come with knee pads. This is really cool that they included this. So this would be great for a customizer, so if someone wanted to make a custom red tights Shawn Michaels, you could probably try to get these off and put them on your custom figure. Then you've got the boots here, which, not really detailed. Paint looks really good on the right boot, but the left boot, there's some paint bleeding there. So it's a bit sloppy on that boot. Alright, and going over the articulation. So this articulation is limited because it is a basic figure. So his head does not go far up at all due to the hair. It can go down. It can turn side to side, and it can also tilt. Arms go all the way around. There is a hinge at the shoulder. It has a single jointed elbow. There is no bicep swivel, but there is a swivel at the elbow. The wrist can twist and hinge. There is no ab crunch, but there is a waist swivel. Hips cannot go out to the side, but the legs do go that high up and that far back. He has a single jointed knee, which is really tight. There's a cut at the boot and no ankle articulation. Alright, and here is Series 100 Shawn Michaels next to two other Shawn Michaels with the same pulled back mid ponytail hairstyle. So you've got the Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels here and the Battle Pack DX Shawn Michaels. So here's a closer look of the three Shawn Michaels head sculpts. So you can see that the hairlines are slightly different, but for the most part, they look pretty similar. Then looking at the sides, you see that the Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels hair is longer, and the basic DX Shawn Michaels hair actually looks a bit thicker, which is kind of funny because he had less hair during this time. Then here's a look of the three head sculpts from the back. Alright, so out of these three head sculpts, I do like this one. It does have a more youthful look, however, the Series 100 is a lot more accurate to Shawn Michaels' face. Alright, and I am going to go ahead and do a head swap with this elite figure. So this is the ringside exclusive Shawn Michaels with the in your house DX attire that he wore at that pay-per-view. So this is a pretty good figure. The only issue that I have is that this head sculpt is the wrong head sculpt to use, because in that match he actually had his hair pulled back like this head sculpt. And not only that, but I'm not the biggest fan of this head sculpt either. It's not the worst Shawn Michaels head sculpt. The worst one, in my opinion, goes to the ponytail one. But I am going to pop this off with some hot water and put this one on, so that way I can see how that looks on that figure. Alright, and here's a before and after shot of the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Shawn Michaels with his original head sculpt next to the Series 100 head sculpt. And then here is the Series 100 on the Ringside exclusive Shawn Michaels next to the Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels figure. So looking at the rest of the figure with this head sculpt, it looks really good on it. This is a more accurate hairstyle with this attire. So again, at this pay-per-view, this was the hairstyle that he had, and I think it looks much better on him than the original head sculpt. The only thing that would make this more accurate is if this head sculpt had the stubble on his face, which there is a variant of the Series 100 that has that stubble. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find that one. I have seen customizers add the stubble on this head sculpt, so in my opinion, this looks much better than the original version. I like how this turned out, so I'm definitely happy with this purchase. So my final thoughts on the Series 100 Shawn Michaels. I think, honestly, the entire Series 100 is a wave worth picking up. The head sculpts in that wave are fantastic, and the Shawn Michaels head sculpt is no exception. I think this is one that you want to pick up, especially if you want to put this on an elite body. So I think this works great with this DX Shawn Michaels attire, and it can also work really good on his later 2000s attire as well, since he had this hairstyle during that run. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe so you can see more WWE reviews. As always, stay tuned till the end to see pictures of this figure in action, and I'll see you next time.